A lot of people don't believe that I can solo 7-star stage. Well, considering I've done this cave solo over 200 times at the very least, I'm going to show you today how I do it. Plus, I'm going to drag my summon with me, which as you can see, it's right here. Setup wise, there is really nothing crazy, just a regular stuff until I get to twins. Then I need somewhat of a boost, which I'm going to get from Moondragon Village buffs. But aside from that, it's really easy, it's really simple. Basically, for the twins and last boss, it's basically a race that I kill them first before they kill me. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. So in a situation like this, where you are dragging a summon with you, you have to figure out where your save points are going to be, which as you can see, mine is going to be just behind those stairs, so I gotta save my summon for now here. Then I go to lure away those mobs and those whatever this guy is, blue guy. So basically I lure them away so that my summon has a space to go over here. And basically from here, as you can tell, he can get the boss himself. But yeah, then I go back, and this is just fine distance, so there is no problem whatsoever. And yeah, let's go. Quests wise, there's really only 3 quests to take: summon quest, the guild quest, and the reputation quest. But aside from that, there's really only those 3. And yeah, mainly I do this for those arcans and lonely card chip. Plus, this quest gives 0.9% of EXP, which a lot of people don't know, and it's a good way of getting the extra EXP if you need it. So if you want somewhat easy EXP, just do daily 7-star stage with the summon quest, and that's really it. Yeah, basically this boss is really easy. You just kill him, same case is for the mountain man Kai, except for that one you have to be slightly faster because of the mob range, because in this case, as I've said, I am dragging my summon as well. So basically from here I gotta lure this guy so that my summon can pass damage free. As you can see, he's very fragile, he barely has any gear, but basically if you have a plus 12 mount on your summon, you don't even really need that much of a gear. I basically just got some gear, just the green equipment with vitality stat, and that's really it. So he can survive a hit or two even if he gets behind somewhere, but aside from that he's good to go. So yeah, that was my first checkpoint. Second checkpoint is going to be here exactly, and this is the hardest part because you here have to be extremely quick if you want your summon to not get any hits, because here most often your summon will get hit if you are not swift enough. So that's why it's very important to be agile. And the next checkpoint, well, basically this is a preparation point in front of a boss, is about here. This one is very easy to get to because there's not really a lot of mobs and not a lot of distance. Main issue presents the distance you have to run from point A to point B, and that's what can screw you up. Now here basically I'm going on the opposite side, just so that I avoid killing snakes, because killing snakes is literally a waste of time. So what I do, I lure here mobs, I press my shield, and then I just move my wizard over here right away behind. It's really easy, so I gotta clear out those mobs quick. Which takes about a minute because it depends how good I lure them and how many I leave behind. So that's how much it's going to take time. So yeah, this one is a little bit longer because of all of those mobs. And so now I move a monk to a boss, and I move my wizard to a visible range of a boss, so I can keep on hitting as normal. I used to have a summon for 7-star stage with a friendship level 8, so basically he was giving me more of a buff. This one is currently at friendship 2, but it's going to be fine. Eventually he is going to reach as well to level 8, so yeah, might be just a bit slower than usual, but it's going to be fine either way. Man, I really despise when I hit mortal burst instead of critical burst. It so much screws up damage that even though I have very low mortal percentage, which I only get from the amulets, but still, man, it screws it up fairly well. And this is actually the reason itself why I despise Mortal for PvE, because you literally do more damage with your magic hits than with your mortal hit. And this was, yeah, very easy. Quick little bit of a refill of health. I really miss the days when I used to have like 8-9k health and not this much. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I miss those days. But yeah, let's move to stage number 3. Same tactic here, I have to learn mobs so that I can place my wizard on the very specific spot. And here, where you place your summon, especially if you are running it solo like myself, you really have to know the exact point where to leave your summon. So my exact point is right here. If you can see here this node where the path curves, just in front of it leave your summon, because basically this is the furthest range under which you can see the bosses as a summon. So that's very important. So let's clean up those as well real quick. Man, I really hate this bird, it's too big. Well, actually it's not a bird, it's a stork. I don't know why the heck they even called it a bird. Okay, now to the second body. And these two goofs are still playing chess, whatever. But yeah, here you can see basically that I do minimum mob killing, because literally mobs are not needed here whatsoever. You just clear what you need mostly, basically the very minimum. So that you optimize your speed of a cave, because nobody wants to stay forever in this cave, because there is plenty of mobs to kill, plenty of elites, so you could stay forever here. And now it's time to go to Moondragon Village to pick up the MDV buffs. Basically, without them, it would be too risky to do twins alone, which you are going to see that it's gonna be very thin even as I do them with buffs. So yeah, let me just switch around my health bug gear. And let me take those buffs. It took me a while until I realized that I could do twins and last boss solo if I take only MDV buffs. Because I wanted for the longest time to be able to solo 7-star stage, but I couldn't do more than first 2 bosses. So yeah, it was a bit of a, let's say, challenge for years, but hopefully soon enough I'm going to be able as well to solo hollow boss, so I don't have to really rely on going with anybody for upgrading rings and amulets. And this is the last one, I believe. Yep, and that's going to be it. is the most dependent weapon of critical strike hit. So to simplify it, if you don't crit, you don't do shit. So yeah. Now I know some of you are going to ask why I didn't teleport and instead I'm mounting. People who know me, they know I don't like to spend silver if I don't have to. Basically, yeah, I'm a cheapskate. I know it doesn't matter literally few silvers, but that's my way of playing for years, and I really do not plan on to change it. Basically, I only use teleports when I'm forced to. Aside from that, there's no chance in hell I'm going to teleport if I can mount to the destination. So, yeah. I know it's weird. Um, for those who are going to watch this video when it comes out, expect in a few hours Christmas and New Year's update. Most likely we are going to get it. It's going to be standard shop discount, which is going to be probably best discount of the entire year, as well as the standard event quests for the new year. Also, we are expecting a new cave, which I have leaked on my channel, but that's always up to debate because nobody really can predict when they are going to insert the update or a patch. We can only assume and expect by the some pattern that they have been doing for years now, which basically it's always the major update is during the New Year's and the semi-decent update is during the mid to late June, and in between, if they really feel like adding anything, they will add like a mini patch. So basically their pattern is somewhat recognizable by now, when we can expect what to get. But even if we get the new cave, most likely we are going to get only one boss, and it's going to probably drop only a knee pad. I highly doubt they are going to put two parts, because the cave, I believe they are going to put has 5 bosses, so by the logic they can do first 4 bosses, remaining 4 parts of a new set, and on the last 5th boss they can put the weapons to drop. But yeah, always that's just some logical explanation how they could do it, but will they do it remains to be seen. So basically here I lure away those mobs so I don't have to kill them, because I really don't like to kill if I don't have to, so I just rather lure them away, and I'm clean off, set to go. Like up to this point is going to be fine, and I can just zoom pass by here. And yeah, we're good to go. So here I'm using a couple of buffs, nothing really crazy, just to be safe, let's say, because I don't really want to risk anything. So yeah, this amount of buffs is just fine. As we can see, my stats, critical strike is 40%, as I've said. Still, a lot of people didn't trust me, but now here you can see that it is 40% in reality. So yeah, I think I missed those boots as well. I've seen that I had to have over 50k health. So yeah, well, technically it's 39.96, but that's almost 40%, so yeah. So strategy here is basically you want to kill Bright Crystal Killer first, because if you kill Red Bat Killer first, 70% of the time when you kill Bright Crystal Killer, it will not load in quest that it's killed, which I don't know why GMs didn't fix it to this day. So for those of you that are going to ever do, always please kill Bright Crystal Killer first, unless you don't want to screw up the quest. Okay, so strategy here is Heart Lotus, let the Bright Crystal Killer shoot out, Buddha Shield, we use straightway Break Soul, and start with the potion usage, and off we go. Good, that was first burst crit. Hopefully not the last one. And yeah, of course I have to use potions because it would be stupid if I didn't. And about now it's time to use Hard Fire because Robust buff has been destroyed completely. And yeah, basically from this point it's just to kill as fast as I can. Now always pay attention if your summon is in the range to get them done, so, or if he takes damage, because if he takes damage you have to move him out, because there is no fairy to revive him and I would have to go all the way back for him to drag him back over here to this place again. And Bright Crystal Killer is down, Red Bat is almost dead. So yeah, almost 10k health left, not bad at all. I had plenty of luck with burst critting at the right time, so yeah. Basically this is the hardest part for me personally, because Golden Star Tao Guo is really not hard at all for me at the very least, because you will see that I don't even run from this storm, because basically, as I've said, it's literally a race. You kill him first before he kills you. So yeah, here I lure away for my summon, so the path is clear. Here you can probably from this video pick up a few tips and tricks for yourself. Like for example, here you can see that here is a line, like this line over here. If you go just in the middle of this line, sometimes you can avoid all the mobs completely, but it's fine in this case because they don't really slow me down. I'm not gonna kill them, I just need to kill this soul to unlock the next stage. And my wizard I keep all the way back, waiting until I clear all these stages, basically. Now keep in mind, if I were to do this entire run with the staff, I would never kill anything. So if you are going to do already with a monk 7-star stage run with staff, please don't spare yourself a torture. And off we go to stage 3. So yeah, basically it's just go go go, because I want to use those buffs while they are still up for possibly both even the summon and the actual boss. So yeah. And up to stage 4. Decent speed, I would say. Could be faster probably, but it's gonna take higher level amulets and drinks, which you are going to see that they are not maxed out, nor my shovel is infused, so I have a lot more potential to make this even faster. And here I switch to robust buff. I leave my monk to heal up while I move my wizard to the stage 4. So here also you have to be very agile and make sure you don't have lag, because 1 or 2 wrong hits and your summon is going to die. Even to me sometimes it happens that I die because whether I misclick where I should click or whatever that happens, and basically I slow myself down. But yeah, so basically I'm going to wait here until the friendship buff pops up for my monk, and then I'm going to exit with my summon and wait in the back room until the boss is about to be done, because that's way easier for me than to constantly pay attention where to move boss that my summon doesn't die. Okay, buff is up. I prepare the teleport. I just use halt to trigger the storm, so basically I don't have to deal with this first storm, and then once after this storm is out, we are off to the races. Now it's very important to save Buddha's shield for when the storm begins, just like now, because you're going to take way less damage and basically make your run completely easy. So my robust buff is out and time to use hard fire. I've seen that a lot of monks use, especially in duels, very late the hard fire buff. Like, it's really easy to calculate how much your robust buff increases health, and once that health is gone, you can right away use your hard fire buff and basically maybe win yourself a duel just by that alone. Now, in few cases it can happen that I don't do enough damage, so I have to avoid a storm or two. But for now, it looks like I'm going to be just fine, because as you can see, burst keeps critting, and that's all I really want. And now I move a boss so that I can insert my summon freely of the damage, and basically that's it. Very easy. As you can tell, I had about 4k health left, not counting the arrow that eats it away, but as you can see, it's really not hard at all. You just really need to plan yourself out what to do if you're going to solo this already. But yeah, aside from that, very easy run. So here, one important thing, when you use a summon boss, move away straight to one corner, because the boss is going to attack you straight away, so be very mindful of that. I believe I should be just fine here, so I can basically teleport my summon to Stone City, because I'm not gonna really need him anymore. Once again, switch to robust buff, heal up a little bit. Pills have worn off, but I don't need them because this boss hits way less than the summon. The actual boss, not the summon. This one is the summon. So same tactics, I let him to storm out the first attack, and then off we go. For this one I need way less potions to use because it's way easier, even though it's 10 levels higher. But I guess his physical damage is way lower for some reason, which I don't know why that is, but oh well, I'm gonna take it, I don't mind. Robust buff has worn off, time to use hot fire, and yeah, basically that's really it. From this point I just killed him. And for this one I stopped using potions once I clear out the yellow health completely, so yeah, because sometimes the usage of a potion can delay your attacks a bit, so once this one expires I don't really need to use potion anymore, so yeah. Well, no crits on burst. Hopefully I have enough gas to kill him without the potions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be just fine. And that is how you clear a 7-star stage as a +7 monk alone. Well, actually, technically I wasn't even fully +7 because this armor is still +6, but hopefully soon enough, through a few days, it's going to be +7. So yeah, I could have used easily this old armor, but this one will give me less damage because the giant halt isn't really needed for PvE except very few niche cases, but aside from that you just want to use giant attack and giant burst, and that's really it. But yeah, this is basically my gear. Nothing really special except inlays are decent, and it's fully damaged setup. As you can tell, my shovel isn't infused, and I have a reason for that. My rings are on a level 8, as well as amulets are on level 8, so basically I have plenty of more room for damage to improve. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and a little bit of a trip. As always, like, share and subscribe. Also, if you have any ideas for any future videos, leave them down in the comment below, and I will see you in the game. Until the next time, take care.